Welcome back to Archetypes and Astrology. I'm your host, Bill of Zen Llama Beans. Now, throughout history, astrology has been more than a predictive tool. It has been a cosmic language, revealing the intricate relationships between fate, the divine, and human nature. Today, we explore one of the most complex and multifaceted signs in Hellenistic astrology, Gemini, the sign of the twins. Governed by Hermes, the swift-footed messenger of the gods, Gemini is often misunderstood as merely changeable and clever. But in the rich tradition of Hellenistic astrology, Gemini holds deeper esoteric wisdom linked to duality, knowledge, hidden messages, and the eternal pursuit of truth. Join me as we uncover the ancient mysteries of Gemini. Gemini is diurnal, meaning of the day sect, masculine, belonging to the element of air, and unlike solid or tropical signs, Gemini is double-bodied, meaning it does not initiate or stabilize, but instead transitions and adapts. The symbol of the twins is key to understanding Gemini's nature. This sign operates in pairs, in opposites, and in multiplicity. It thrives in paradox, holding different perspectives at once, much like the wind, which carries words and thoughts across great distances. Governed by Hermes of Greek nature or Mercury of Roman nature, the divine messenger, Gemini embodies the art of discourse, trade, movement, and intellect. It is the merchant who negotiates, the scribe who records, the storyteller who enchants, and the philosopher who dissects knowledge. It is neither wholly light nor dark. It is the balance between two, always shifting, always seeking. However, Gemini's airborne nature makes it prone to restlessness, inconsistency, and tendencies towards trickery. It can shapeshift between ideas and identities, embodying both truth and illusion. Unlike Virgo, which is Mercury's nocturnal sign and seeks precision, Gemini prefers exploration. It is not the scribe refining knowledge, it is the wandering scholar collecting it. In Hellenistic astrology, Gemini is the diurnal domicile of Hermes, Greek, and Mercury, Roman, meaning it is Mercury's natural home. This grants Gemini quick intelligence, adaptability, and insatiable curiosity. However, Gemini's planetary dignity structure also reveals its tension with other celestial bodies. As stated, its domicile ruler is Hermes, or Mercury. Mercury governs language, analysis, trade, and intelligence. When Mercury is placed in Gemini, the mind is quick, agile, and adaptive, excelling in communication and debate. Exaltation. No planet is exalted in Gemini. Unlike many other signs, Gemini does not exalt any planet. This reflects its fluid and open-ended nature, which resists the imposition of a singular divine favor. Detriment. Zeus, Greek, Jupiter, Roman, as the ruler of Sagittarius, Jupiter thrives in grand truths and unified philosophy, whereas Gemini is considered with nuance, multiplicity, and the breakdown of grand ideas into parts. Fall. No planet is fall in Gemini, meaning it does not create a space where a planet is inherently weakened. Every zodiac sign carries certain archetypal significations, and in Gemini we find themes of movement, speech, duality, and intellect. These manifest in several ways. The messenger. Gemini, under the rulership of Hermes, embodies the messenger who transmits knowledge across distances. This is the sign of writers, translators, teachers, and diplomats, those who thrive in intellectual exchanges, correspondence, and information networks. This archetype moves swiftly between realms, acting as an intermediary between people, ideas, and worlds. The trickster. Mercury's influence also gives Gemini a deceptive, playful edge. The trickster archetype represents those who can use language and intelligence to outwit, deceive, or entertain. This can manifest in storytellers, magicians, jesters, and even spies, individuals who thrive in ambiguity, wordplay, and illusion. Gemini's speech can be as misleading as it is enlightening, creating half-truths, riddles, or paradoxes that confound and intrigue. The scholar. As a sign of intellect and inquiry, Gemini embodies the scholar, always seeking new information. This is the archetype of students, researchers, polymaths, and debaters, those who revel in the study of language, philosophy, and the natural world. However, unlike Sagittarius, which seeks wisdom and synthesis, Gemini thrives in argument, discussion, and the exploration of many perspectives rather than a singular conclusion. The twin. The twin archetype reflects Gemini's dual nature, the ability to hold two opposing viewpoints, live two different lives, or embody multiple identities. This makes Gemini versatile, fluid, and socially adaptable, able to shift between roles as needed. However, this also leads to a sense of fragmentation, where the Gemini individual may struggle with internal contradictions and a lack of singular, rooted identity. The wanderer. Movement is inherent to Gemini. The traveler archetype represents the journalist, explorer, wanderer, and the trader, those who move through lands and cultures, exchanging ideas, goods, and stories. Whether traveling physically, mentally, or socially, Gemini cannot remain still, for its nature is one of constant motion and curiosity. The secret keeper. In its connection to the 12th place, Gemini is also the sign of secrecy, concealed messages, and intelligence gathering. Those under this archetype may work as cryptographers, intelligence officers, or writers of hidden wisdom, safeguarding knowledge for those worthy of uncovering it. The performer. With its love of words and engagement with the crowd, Gemini also manifests as the performer, witty, entertaining, and ever-changing. These individuals captivate audiences through speech, acting, and storytelling, making them natural orators and improvisers. In the Thema Mundi, the cosmic birth chart of the world, Gemini holds a powerful position as the ruler of the 12th place. The 12th place is traditionally associated with secrecy, hidden knowledge, exile, and prophecy, which may seem at odds in Gemini's sociable and talkative nature. However, this connection underscores Gemini's role as both the revealer and a concealer of truths. Gemini governs learning, travel, and intellect, but when placed in the 12th house, these attributes take on a more introspective, hidden, or even clandestine quality. The 12th house is where knowledge is collected, stored, and sometimes suppressed, making Gemini natives with strong 12th house placements naturally inclined towards esoteric wisdom, secret societies, or underground movements of thought. In the cosmic balance of the zodiac, Gemini interacts dynamically with other signs through opposition, squares, and trines, each aspect revealing challenges and harmonies that shape its path. Opposition, Gemini versus Sagittarius. Gemini and Sagittarius are opposite signs, forming an axis between detail-oriented intellect and broad philosophical wisdom. While Gemini thrives in nuance, small details, and daily exchanges of knowledge, Sagittarius seeks grand, overarching truths. This opposition creates tension between questioning versus believing, learning versus teaching, and skepticism versus faith. Squares, Gemini versus Virgo and Pisces. Gemini and Virgo are both ruled by Mercury, but while Gemini seeks diversity of thought, Virgo craves precision and order. This square can create conflict between spontaneity and structure, as Gemini resists the discipline that Virgo demands. Gemini and Pisces represents a clash between intellect and intuition. Gemini analyzes and rationalizes, while Pisces feels and is intuitive. This aspect often leads to miscommunication, confusion, or creative tension between logic and imagination. Trines, Gemini with Libra and Aquarius. Libra and Gemini share a love of conversation, charm, and social intelligence. They naturally complement each other in aesthetic and intellectual endeavors. Aquarius and Gemini are both highly intellectual and curious. They work well together in areas of progressive thought, innovation, and broadening of knowledge. The mythological foundations of Gemini can be understood through the mythology of Castor and Pollux, the twin stars. The constellation of Gemini is associated with Castor and Pollux, twin sons of Zeus and Leda. Castor was mortal, while Pollux was divine, symbolizing the duality of Gemini between the earthly and the celestial, the intellectual and the intuitive. Hermes, the divine messenger. As the planetary ruler of Gemini, Hermes represents intelligence, travel, commerce, and trickery. He is the patron of scribes, traders, and thieves alike, embodying both wisdom and cunning. Hermes' ability to move between realms mirrors Gemini's adaptability and ease in multiple environments. The trickster archetype. Gemini is also linked to the trickster, a universal archetype found in many cultures, from Loki in Norse mythology to Eshu in African traditions. The trickster embodies wit, deception, and boundary-breaking knowledge. This aligns with Gemini's playful, questioning, and sometimes mischievous nature. Hellenistic astrology provides several powerful techniques for timing significant life events. When working with Gemini, three key methods stand out: zodiacal releasing, annual perfection, and Mercury's transits. Zodiacal releasing is a Time Lord technique that divides a person's life into chapters based on the movement of the lot of spirit and the lot of fortune. When Gemini becomes activated as a Time Lord period, the native experiences an increase in communication, intellectual pursuits, writing, and movement. There may be career shifts that involve media, travel, or negotiations. If Mercury is well placed, the period can bring intellectual breakthroughs or skill mastery. And if afflicted, it may lead to scattered efforts, anxiety, or deception. Annual perfections advance the ascendant by one sign per year, setting the tone for that year's theme. When Gemini is activated in a perfection year, Mercury becomes the Time Lord, governing the year's focus. The native may experience more travel, learning, and networking opportunities. If Mercury is in a strong position in the natal chart, the year may bring sharp mental clarity, skill development, or recognition for intellect. If Mercury is debilitated, themes of miscommunication, restlessness, or deceit may dominate. Transits of Mercury. Since Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, its transits through the sign are significant for activating Gemini-related themes in the native's life. When Mercury transits Gemini, there is an increase in mental activity, communication, and adaptability. Mercury retrograde in Gemini can bring delays, miscommunication, and the need for reflection on past ideas or projects. Benefic aspects to Mercury during his transit, such as from Venus or Jupiter, can indicate harmonious conversations, learning opportunities, and expansion of knowledge. Malefic aspects, such as from Mars or Saturn, may bring arguments, misunderstandings, or challenges in negotiations. Gemini plays a pivotal role in these timing techniques, bringing periods of rapid change, intellectual expansion, and shifts in personal or professional identity. Gemini is not just a sign of quick wit, it is a celestial force of movement, transformation, and intellectual agility. It reminds us that the truth is not fixed, but ever changing, shaped by the winds of discourse and discovery. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the archetypes of Gemini. See you next week as we explore the archetypes of the zodiac sign Cancer, the crab. If you've enjoyed this exploration, please give this video a like, and if you love astrology and tarot content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Also, if you're ready to consult the Cosmic Oracle for yourself, I'd be delighted to help you schedule an astrology session. Prefer a tarot session, Tracy is available to guide you as well. Visit our website at zenllamabeans.com. That's ZenLlamabeans.com. Or you can call or text us at 479-222-1782. We offer in-person readings at our shop in Holiday Island, Arkansas, as well as phone readings. And always remember, in a world gone mad, the curious and adaptable communicator thrives on intellect and versatility. Lama your Zen.